Some of y'all want to escape the rat race, but a lot of y'all, a lot, I want to say most, is not ready to to be out of the matrix though. A lot of y'all want to escape it, but when you actually escape it, like, are you like can you really live off grid with no technology or little access to technology with only your thoughts? Like, can you really live like that? You have to. I can, but it didn't happen over. I had to, like, work. I had to put in work in myself to reach a point to where living like that doesn't sound crazy or impossible or hard. A lot of y'all want to live off grid, but your attention span is like 10 seconds long from TikTok. Like, how are you going to be able to focus long enough to make sure that the baby chickens are fed, the baby cows are fed, the baby horses are not trying to do this, the grown up horses are not trying to, like, how are you going to manage everything? Because if your focus is fucked up, then you're going to be free getting things. And they're gonna be like, oh, okay, like I did this, I did that. Oh shit, I forgot to feed the damn birds, and then the birds died. Like, you know what I mean? Like, forgetfulness, it's subtle, but forgetfulness is a telltale sign of someone with a low capacity or low ability to focus. To focus. And to stay present. Um, that's the other thing. Can you stay present? Have you been meditating? I can honestly say, if you can't be, if there even is a such thing as bored in your reality still, then you haven't meditated long enough. I've meditated for 2 years straight, um, few stops in between. I want to say 2 years and a half. And I was like going like hard the first year. The second year, it was like every other day. And then the third year, it was like, I kind of stopped a little bit. I did it like, I mainly just did it like when I was like about to go to sleep. But I noticed that, like, in my experience of like meditating for a while, is that you'll start to meditate by accident. And it normally would happen when you're bored, but you're not bored because you're meditating, aka focusing on your breath, um and just being. And when you're focusing on your breath and just being, it's a peacefulness, and you're not bored. Your mind is occupied by your breath, and it's a stillness that is so calm and peaceful. And obviously, meditating is hard at first because we've gotten so used to being in our mind. Because that's the other thing. Have you been doing the shadow work to catch when you're in your mind creating a future that can only be had within a matrix that you're trying to escape? Are you doing the shadow work to catch when you're going in your mind to play with action figures? What I mean by that is you're going in your mind just to talk, just to play with different ideas. Just like we all do it. You're in your damn mind for no fucking reason. Like, bitch, come back to the present moment and be bored. But you're not going to be bored. The more that you meditate, you're just going to be meditating. Like, you just have to do it for a long time. And I'm telling you, you're going to catch yourself meditating by accident. Like, I will literally catch myself sitting, like, I'll sit here, and then I would just like blank out. And then, like, when I realize that I'm meditating, it's almost like you're sleeping, but you're not. It's so weird. It's like then I realize, like, I come back to, like, I don't know, like senses or something. Like, I realize I'm meditating because it's like, okay, good way to describe it. It's like the peacefulness and the calmness lulls you so well. Like it calms you down in such a way. You just don't think, you don't talk, you forget, you forget your, it's like sex because you literally feel good in your body. It's literally like sex when you literally forget your surroundings. You don't care what face you're making. Like you're not, like you're like out, you're like outside of yourself. You're just like feeling everything and just feeling good, and you don't care about how you look or anything like that, right? Or like what's happening or what's going on. You've just been so like um just lulled, by the feeling. It's like that. And then like when you snap out of it, like snap out of like the good feeling, and you realize, oh shit, I was just meditating. Like literally, like that's the experience that I be having. And it's like you don't know how long you've been sitting there. Like you don't know how long you've been in this meditation state. Like you don't know. And for me, it kind of happens when like I'm just listening to my soul. Um it's when I'm in my body and I'm listening to the silent voice and I'm not listening to my mind. And when I'm listening to the silent voice, I'm listening to it, and the next thing I know, I find myself in a meditation. Like that happens sometimes. Other times when I listen to the voice, I find myself making a video, like this one. Other times when I listen to the voice, the voice in the silence over the voice in my head, it brings me to sleep. It helps me go to sleep, or it gives me lots of knowledge. So like yeah, listen to the voice in your body, and the silent voice, and follow the silent breath, not the obvious breath, and not the loud talking in your head, right? Okay. So have you been doing that though? Like if you were to live off a grid right now, could you sit down, no television, no nothing, you're just like could you read a book, like could you have a good day, like just like could you live like that, like could you really live with just nature and yourself and maybe a few friends along the way with you? And if you're gonna bring people along the way with you, have you done enough work within yourself? Have y'all all done enough work within yourselves to where y'all can live amongst each other peacefully, and it's not gonna be no frustration fights? The other thing too, and what I mean by frustration fights is because I mean you're living off grid. Is you might have days where the heat is like hot as hell, and you're like living off the land, and there's no shade that day or something. Like have you conditioned your body in a way where it could take the sun longer than usual because you're not gonna be in AC as much anymore? You know what I mean? Like have you been prepping? Have you been prepping? It's a deep psychological thing as well. It's two things I want to touch on. It's a deep psychological thing as well, and it also has to do with your health as well, because you're going to be living off the land. You're not going to be eating foods made from a lab like bread. Okay, you're not going to be eating and shit that they put in the food to make it taste a certain way or make it addictive. Can you eat a potato and be okay that it doesn't taste the same as a potato from Walmart? Like, could you grow your own potato and be satisfied as if that potato was from Walmart and it has all the bullshit in it? Like, and it has all the bullshit toxins in it. Get out of here. What are you doing? And it has all the bullshit toxins in it. You feel what I'm saying? But you could eat it like it does. You know, you know what I'm saying? Because that's like literally like what our body is conditioned to at this point, which is fucked up. So yeah, have you been deconditioning your body, like to be more suitable to live off the land than off of from pharmaceutical foods is what I like to call, because like these foods really be in a lab, like and then on your plate, like that's crazy. Anyways, there's a lot of work that goes into it, because a lot of you guys are about to do all of this and put in all this work to live off grid, and then when you're there, you're not satisfied or happy because you still have a rat race, I'm in the matrix still mind. You still have the mind of a rat. Let's put it like that, right? You want to get out of the rat race, but you've been turned into a rat. So it's not just about getting out of the rat race, but you have to unbecome a rat. So therefore you're not even suited. The system don't even suit you no more because it's for rats and you done healed yourself. You're not a rat no more. You're not a pesky little thing that's constantly in survival mode running around here in stress and worry, okay? Like they have a lot of us in that state of being and have a lot of us normalizing that state of being, right? And that's like a state of being of a rat, okay? But so first you have to not be a rat no more, okay? Not be in that state of being no more. And then you can physically, so once you mentally and spiritually get yourself out of the rat race, you could physically get yourself out of there. But a lot of you guys are going to do it physically first, and it's like, are you even ready though? Because then once you get there, like I said, because you didn't do any of the internal work of getting rid of that rat race mindset of feeling like you constantly need to get somewhere. That's the rat race mindset. I might even just make a video of title just the mind of a rat in the rat race or something like that. Like I should do that. But that's one way. Um like that you need to be deconditioning from being a rat is the futuristic thinking. Constantly never satisfied in the present moment has us in our minds constantly thinking about the future, and it also has us in distraction to distract us from the dissatisfaction of the present moment. So we're in the future and we're in distractions. Like we're not in the present moment, we're not in our bodies, we're not in the world. Like, you see what I'm saying? We're not living. We're not living. We're surviving, we're chasing, and we're letting actual life pass us by. I watched a video on this, and it said that um, when you have a rat mentality, you your a rat mentality is you think that your happiness is outside of you. You think the answer to the dissatisfaction that we all feel is something outside of you, or you think that you feel dissatisfied because there's something wrong with you. It's not anything wrong with the system. But there is something wrong with the system. The system prioritizes a functioning society over a functioning, happy individual. So that's what's wrong with the system. And because of that, because you're following that system, a system that don't even prioritize your well-being, you're not going to prioritize your well-being. And now your well-being is horrible. And you wonder why you feel dissatisfied. You wonder why you feel a deep void. You wonder why you want to kill yourself, but you just ignore that feeling so you can keep going. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I honestly think we should ignore that feeling. I honestly, I really wish that humans would stop being strong and just kill. I wish everybody would just kill themselves off. So then the system has to fucking change. Bitch, it's not working. Everybody killing themselves. Now what? Like, but people just rather be strong. Like, fuck you being strong for? Because you being strong, you're not realizing. Anyways, they want. Anyways, that's what they want. But anyways, um, that you being strong is like you're just not realizing that it's actually in you being weak, quote unquote, meaning in you giving up. Because when you give up, that's when you're going to not listen to the rat mentality. Okay, that's when you're going to listen to the silence within, because that is where the answer is. It's in the silence. It's when you're sleeping alone at night and your self is trying to talk to yourself. It's trying to get real with yourself. You're always going to keep it real with yourself. And we don't like that, which is why a lot of people disconnect from themselves. But you're always going to keep it real with yourself, though, whether you like it or not. Yourself always going to keep it real. The truth always going to talk to you, especially at night. So I was going, the truth is gonna be like, I refuse to not be acknowledged, bitch. What's up? So, I was like, um, so the rap mentality. What's another rap mentality? I don't know. That's a separate video I gotta make. But you gotta shed the rap mentality before actually getting out of the rat race. So when you get out of the rat race, you don't come back to the rat race. Or or while you're doing it physically, like physically trying to get out the rat race because you mentally didn't get out the rat race, or you spiritually didn't get out the rat race, you didn't do the work. You're gonna be doing it with a bunch of biases. Like, oh yeah, but like, okay, for example, like want to be like vegans that didn't come to that realization about meat for themselves. They're just doing it off of some because they feel guilty, or maybe because they're just being a follower. Like, you could tell that they're not doing it off of something internal that happened, off of their own volition, because they'll have a bunch of biases with it. Like, for example, the vegans that be like, oh, yeah, I don't eat chicken, I don't eat meat, but I could eat fish though. I eat sushi though. I could eat fish though. Fish isn't meat. Like, bitch, now we both know fish is fucking meat. We both like, I'm not even gonna sit here and I'm not even gonna sit here to entertain that bullshit. Like, there's really a whole community of vegans right now. Vegans, vegetarians. I honestly forgot the difference between the two, but there's a whole community of vegans / vegetarians right now who eat fish and poultry, and will sit here and be like, I'm vegan, I'm vegetarian, I don't eat meat. You mean you don't eat meat that's on the land? Like, you eat meat, babe. It's just in the water. Like, the fuck? Like, so, like, that's like what I mean. Like, you'll be doing stuff like that, but instead, like, when you're trying to like live off grid, you're gonna be having, like, you're not going to be authentic with it. You're not gonna be real with it. And you're probably going to just pretend that you like it because you didn't do the actual work. You're gonna be like, I'm supposed to like this. I'm supposed to be enjoying this, but I'm not. Why? Well, because you didn't do the work. Like, you just like probably watched a bunch of YouTube videos like this one and was like, oh, got on your ego, like, oh yeah, like, I'm not about to be tricked. I'm not about to be no rat race. Nobody's about to, no human about to have that power over me and live off grid just off some ego shit, and they didn't even like really like grasp the bigger picture, the truth, the depths of the. You didn't grasp the depth of the message. You didn't get the point. You was just in your damn ego, in your damn darkness, bro. Like, it's like a lot of shit that was definitely for somebody. That was definitely for somebody. I could tell. I felt that shit. I felt that shit. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt your feelings either. But no, I'm never gonna apologize. That shit needed to be said, baby. Don't be mad about the truth. Don't be mad about the truth. But anyways, but yeah. So a lot of people want to live off grid. You want to live off grid. But are you ready? Can you really live off grid though? Have you prepared yourself? And if you don't plan on living off grid with anybody, then do you still see isolation as a negative thing? Do you still see being alone as a negative thing? Too much alone time is a negative thing. Too much of anything is negative. That's how a good thing goes bad, because you had too much of it. Isolation itself is not negative. Obviously, too much of it is negative. Too much of anything is negative. But isolation is not negative. It's actually necessary. When you're trying to decondition, that's the word. That's what I mean when I say, are you ready? That's what I mean when I say, have you gotten rid of the rat race mentality? That's what I mean. I mean, have you been deconditioning yourself so you can live in a way that you want, in a way that you want to live? We're so in our minds all the time with this futuristic thinking because we're constantly chasing. We're constantly dissatisfied. And we don't know how to be satisfied. I could tell you how to be satisfied. There's so many gems in this video for no reason. I'm gonna make like so many things that I talk about in this video into like smaller videos, and I'm gonna go like deeper into like that. But um then what I just say? Then what I just say? Damn, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. I could tell you how you could be satisfied in your life. There's going to be another video that we're going to go more in depth into, but briefly, just straight up, the way to be satisfied in your life is to be satisfied with yourself. You have to be your own friend first. That's why isolation is so important. If when you're alone, you feel that you're alone, you feel your material body. It's hard to explain. I hope you get what I'm saying, though. I hope you get what I'm saying. Meaning, you're not in the spirit at all. You feel your so deep, so real. Thank you for that. You feel your not your infiniteness, the opposite of that. Your uninfiniteness. Your limit. You feel your finiteness. Um yeah, that's a big part of the void too, of the emptiness feelings too, is feeling finite and not feeling a sense of connection to something more deeper. um so if you still feel like that when you're sorry, I was on the phone and my energy is thrown off. But if you're excuse me, feeling like that when you're alone, then you still have work to do. In terms of shadow work, you still have to, like, I suggest you do some like affirmations. um Spend longer times alone, like, honestly, like time is like, just give it time. Just the longer you spend alone, eventually, see, this was forced on me because like I was like shut out from like everybody. I was like forced to be alone since I was born, so like, yeah, this was forced on me. But you're gonna have to force yourself to like be alone for like a while, like however long you need it, until you feel, and then you'll know you're ready to come out when you are the vibe. Like like when you feel like you're socializing when there's no one else around you, but you still feel like you're socializing. Like that's when you're ready to actually go out and socialize. That's when you can go and let, go and enjoy the world or go and enjoy things outside of you. But you want to spend a long time in solitude so you could unlock, like, not unlock but unblock your soul, pretty much unblock your soul, and so you can hear what your soul is trying to tell you, and so you can go closer to that voice and go closer to yourself simultaneously, and you'll just find peace alone. Like, that's my point. You'll find peace alone eventually. If you force yourself to be alone for a long period of time, eventually it's not going to feel lonely. Eventually it's not going to feel, because you're going to get tired of feeling lonely, that you're just going to just stop feeling lonely. Like, that's like what happened for me. Like, and then I became my own vibe. Like, I became the, like, the moment. Like, how do I, like the energy. Like, I don't need alcohol to get me lit anymore, because when you're alone in solitude, you have nothing to grab on to make you like feel giggity and happy. Like just only like just going off of like nothing, giggity and happy like this as if you're drunk. Like you got to spend lots of time alone to reach that point to where like you don't need to drink to have fun. Like you are the fun, and people want to be around you because you're just such a fun person. But it's really for yourself, because that energy keeps you up, keeps you high vibrational, and it keeps you happy. Like it's like that simple. Like you have that sense of unity within yourself, so you have a sense of togetherness even when you're not with anybody else, so you never feel alone, you know. And only time, just spend time alone, and it's going to happen inevitably. um Trust that process. I heavily suggest that you meditate. This video was all over the place, and I apologize for that. I heavily suggest that you meditate um throughout that isolation period, because meditation just eliminates boredom, because like altogether, and meditation helps you be more in the present, more in your body, and less in your mind. Meditation also helps you listen to that voice more clearly and more clearer and more easier. It helps you block out your brain a lot easier when you practice meditation as well. And this is like all important. Like you need to like be on this level when you're planning on living off grid, because it's going to be a very unstimulating, compared to the Matrix, living like in the regular world, which is like in nature, which is just like not a synthetic world, but just living in a regular world. Like it's going to feel so unstimulating in comparison, because you're just so used to overstimulation. So like you got to just really decondition, and remember how to live. Remember how to be present. Remember how to be human. Remember how to feel your feelings. Remember how to breathe. Remember how to be here and now and not in the future. And remember how to stop striving. You got to remember how to just be. Like you got to remember how to just be. Like it's crucial. Like don't you dare think about living off grid if you can't just be. Like period. You're setting yourself up for failure. That's it for this video. Take heed to the message. Love you. Bye.